Hello there and welcome to today's Sunday Papers review. My name is Amanda Ruiz. Thank you very, very much for joining me. We're all inside PR Secrets today because I wanted to show you the community. It's an amazing community. Thank you so much for joining the community of over 800 people who are all awesome business owners. And I'm sure you've joined this community, Facebook PR Secrets, because you want to know how to get into the press or how to push your business into the press. So today I'm going to give you a few examples, giving a bit of a review with the Sunday papers. So I generally buy The Sun because I do love it. It's my guilty secret. I don't normally buy The Observer, but here we are. I've got The Observer, The Sun, and also I bought the Telegraph to kind of change things around a bit. And the question to you is, where do you consume your Sunday papers? Is it online or offline? So people who've joined, I'd love it if you could say online or offline, then I can see where you are consuming your press. But so to kick off first, we're going to go to The Sun. Okay, I don't know whether you saw The Sun yesterday, whether you read it, and it's a product placement piece. Okay, so this one down here. Here we are. Christmas party season is fast approaching, but that doesn't mean you can't still look after your health. So a journalist called Jane Atkinson has done some has done a review on weight loss beer. Hello, isn't that amazing? I do love my beer, so yes. And she's also done booze-free Botonique, £7.99 per bottle. A former wine merchant has created it to make a decent non-alcoholic vino. So hey, that's good, isn't it? You're online, offline. Okay, there you go. Doesn't matter. Wherever you do, all I can say is my key message to anybody trying to get into the press is tune in. If you don't tune in, then you do not know what is going on out there. So great whether you're online or offline. And then she also does a review on some advent calendars as well. So many of us have businesses that actually can create an advent calendar. It's probably a bit too late in the day, but actually, do you know what? This time last year, I think I was busily rustling up my PR advent calendar and I managed to get some tips, 31 I think it is in December, 31 days in December, 31 tips on how to get into the press by leading journalists and also some key killer business tips. So even if you have a product, even if you have a service-based business, you really can create an advent calendar. And I can show you a picture later on if you'd like to see it. So anyway, so this is number 7. So we all know that brand. It is Boots. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's good. So she says a budget calendar, 40 quid budget. You're having a laugh. That's no budget, man. Or you've got mid-range, looking fantastic Beauty Wonderland advent calendar, which is 79 quid. That's a lot of money. Or you've got the luxury is 149 by John Lewis. Now, how have these people got into the press, these businesses? Because yes, Boots, and I don't know who this beauty fantastic one is, but John Lewis, they will all have very hardworking PR, in-house PRs, or they'll have PR agencies working for them. But it doesn't mean to say that you can't get into the press with an awesome press release. And also these businesses here, the wine people and the beer people, they will also have sent press releases. They'd have published them, they'd have put them on Twitter with the hashtag PR request, journo request. So that's how you can get into the press and you don't have to pay for an expensive PR agency. You can just pay for my services and I can help you do it. It can be game changing. Now we're going to go to the Observer magazine. Okay, here we are. There you can see it. And really, I've just written a newsletter piece, which I think you might have read, which is why you're on this thing. And that is, why do you read the Sunday papers? And why do you, read articles? It's because it has a killer headline. That is why you read it. Why do journalists read press releases? Because they also have a killer headline, which makes them sit up and think, oh my goodness, I could have that. It's right for my target audience. It's right for my newspaper or the publication I write for. So I'm going to, do that and pitch it to my editor, see if I can get in. However, you do go to a magazine or a newspaper, and you always, there's a car ad or a perfume ad. I'm not going to be looking at that unless, of course, I'm desperately looking for a Maserati and I'm going to be studying, these adverts. So, the way publishing houses work, of course, it is through paid adverts, all right? And I used to work in telesales, ad sales for EMAP, a huge organisation which you might have heard of. And so it is the lifeblood. That is what keeps these journalists in work. Yes, that's right. But actually, to have your product reviewed by a journalist, which is, reviewing it, they also might review other products alongside your product. So it's not just a standalone advert. However, what I'm about to say now is this company here, Comme des Enfants, Melijo is a much-loved French children's wear site. Browse it for unusual brands for babies and children. And don't forget to check out the gifts and homeware section. A lot of goods are nice for kids. So basically, I mean, that's almost like it's an advert. It's incredible. It's not an advert. That is PR, and it's under the We Love. So that would have taken quite a few months of charming and smarming and press releasing. Or, you know, who is the journalist who wrote this piece? I can't see her name at the moment. But anyway, or his name. But really, what happens is these companies will have sent in press releases with very good pictures. Can you see this one here of the candle? All right, it's press ready. I'm sorry, the lighting is very bright here. But whenever you send, if you have a product, whenever you send a picture, make sure that the image is press ready or print ready, so it doesn't have a busy background and it can be a cutout. So this business here is called, I've never heard of this one, okay, so it's not a major household brand. It's called sundayoflondon.com. Maybe we've all heard of it, but I haven't at all. So they will have sent out a press release. They might even have sent the press office some samples. Now, if you want to be sending samples, it is a way to get into the press, but it's not a guarantee, and you can spend a lot of money on the carriage and on those very samples. I always recommend, if you can go to an event where you can physically see and meet journalists, that is really the best way. And often journalists are employed at awards or speaking on panels. So that's the way you can get yourself in front of these people. Anyway, so this, I think, these people have got in through sending out press releases. And the journalist who wrote this piece probably a few weeks ago would have done a call out again on hashtag PR request or hashtag journey request in Twitter saying, have you got any awesome, very super stylish, Christmas gifts, okay? Because we're doing a feature and they all need to be, dark blue and auburn colour. Do you know what I mean? So they might have given it a theme for it. So that's the Observer magazine. Another magazine here is Stella. So that comes from the Telegraph. Okay, but guys, people who read online, Rosemary, don't you just love a magazine, flicking through a magazine? Do you just hate, I'd love to know why you only look online. Is it because you haven't got a shop nearby, or is it because you don't subscribe? I'm a real paper person. Anyway, so I've picked up this because what are we on now? It's the 19th of November. And many of these magazines and publications, they're all doing their Christmas gift guides. Everybody wants to be in the Christmas gift guides. It is the key thing. This jumper I'm wearing at the moment is from my old business, my knitwear business called Hum Shop. It used to be called Peruvian Knitwear. And I used to be like a banshee trying to get this business into the press. Can you see the gorgeous alpaca? It's made in Peru. My husband is from Peru, which is why I have a surname Ruiz. And I used to import knitwear. I started off doing kids knitwear, then I did adult knitwear because that's where the demand was. But I used to be like a banshee in July and August pitching to the glossy magazines. And, these magazines, they will be, I think it's 4 to 6 weeks lead time. So they wouldn't have been searching for the amazing Christmas gifts a week ago. You need to be ahead of the game, all right? And then again, you can see these images, they're all lovely cutouts, okay? What makes them stand out? I think what makes them stand out is that they're quite quirky, funky images. Not all of them are really big names. I mean, here we go. You've got Richmond Cookshop. You've got fourthglade.com, Cheshire and Wayne, muttsandhounds.co.uk, Waitrose Pet. We all know Waitrose, not on the high street. That's a major business. And I think not on the high street will be employing a PR person, especially to do all that. But lots of these companies, look, charlieshow.com. That'll be a small business. So all of these people, all of you guys, whether you have a product or a service, you can get into a major magazine. All right, so that's that. Where are we? Here we are. What's this paper here? Oh, wait a minute. It is the Sunday Telegraph. And I picked this out, again, because it's another Christmas theme. Oh, someone said something. Here we are, Rosemary. Yes, love magazines. I go online for a quick browse and do my research. Okay, fabulous, Rosemary. And I'd love to know what business you do as well. So here we are. This is the Sunday Telegraph, 19th. Expensive calendars are all about greed, not Advent, says Cleric. Now, this is a really great piece. Can you see there's a nice picture of a posh Advent calendar here? And what's interesting about this, I'll just say, it's by Katie Morley, the Consumers Affairs Editor. So the opening paragraph says this: Advent has been taken over by consumerism. A senior Church of England figure has warned amid rising sales of calendars costing hundreds of pounds. So yeah, that's a really key debate which is going on at the moment. You know, are we conquering Christmas and it's just gone purely commercial and blah, blah, blah. But actually, she's written a whole piece and she's done a lot of research about lots of interesting Advent calendars, ranging from 300 quid for Jo Malone. So if you've got 300 quid behind the back of a sofa, there you go, for your mum. You can have Jo Malone perfumes and all the rest of it for 300 quid. Or you can have an old and rare whiskey calendar of Master of Malt costing £995. So the good thing is, you know, so the cleric makes a comment, she will then probably again go to journo request, or she'll go to response source and tweet out, you know, I'd like to know the most expensive, luxurious Advent calendar on the market. So people who have sent in, you know, people, I mean the PR agencies or the companies who are selling these products will have then sent in press releases or just responded a very short liner saying, yes, got the most amazing, delicious, limited edition malt whiskey calendar at £999. And that would have made the woman, you know, the journalist go, oh, that's interesting, let me have more info about it. And then she will have, here we go, this is the Jo Malone actually. So that's, and then they've got the high res, that means high resolution image of that calendar. So there you go, it's got some nice images here. And, you know, it's all about criticising Advent calendars, but I bet you £100 that people will be going here going, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm going to be buying that for my darling. Okay, so there. Then we have then she lists some other examples. Last month, hundreds of people queued outside Liberty to get their hands on the upmarket department store's beauty Advent calendar, sold for £175. It includes 15, blimey, full-size products and 10 samples with a total value of £500. Half the stock had been sold out online before the store opened at 8:30. Again, that's a really interesting story. It's really fascinating to know that people go and queue up not only for the Wimbledon tickets but also for this Advent calendar. And they do limited stocks. I mean, wouldn't they have to do more to get, you know, so they didn't sell out. But maybe that's why people queue up, obviously. Then you've got John Lewis, they're selling 48% more Advent calendars, and then pets aren't left out of the trend either. You can buy a £4 Advent calendar for your lovely dog by Fred and Ginger. And then last week, this is the final thing, a £50 calendar from Zoella, a YouTube star, was met with anger from parents who described it as being filled with tat. So I think it's a great piece, you know, it kind of slags it off, it praises, you know, and she's giving a whole point of view about Advent calendars. So that's that. Here we are, this is yet another Christmas gift guide for The Observer. It's the 40 best gadgets, and I bet you again, a few weeks ago they'll have been doing call-outs for all the best gadgets under the planet. So here we are, blah, 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 gadget, gadget, gadget. So that's how they got into the press, as I've said earlier. And again, here we are, what's this fabulous? They're doing another gift guide. So it's a bit repetitive, I'm afraid, guys. It's a gift guide, but if you've got products, I mean, look at that super sequin handbag here, that's great. So people will be flicking through here just thinking, oh my God, what do I get the woman who's got everything? So yeah, and then you've got hats. And again, when I was doing this knitwear business, I used to get really pissed off if you know, one of the magazines I'd been targeting suddenly put in, you know, I used to sell berets and really amazing, beautiful coloured headgear. And then they'd do a huge spread all about berets. And I think, why didn't I get into it? I think, okay, next year I will get into that magazine with my berets or whatever. So can you see all hats and all woolly type things are there? And here's the final thing. Right, yeah, this is interesting. So this is the Sunday Telegraph, and I went through to the food section. Add Persian flavour to the Christmas menu. How delicious would that be? Yes, yes, yes. So it says, perk up the turkey and spice up parties with these tasty tips from Sabrina Gayor. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but why is she in the newspaper? Because you go to the bottom and she's just had a book published. It says Sabrina Gayor's Feast, it's £20 for Mitchell and Beasley. So again, Mitchell and Beasley, they will have a big fat PR agency, or not PR, I think they'll have an in-house PR pushing out to all the kind of, you know, the food editors. So that's why they got in there. But isn't that great for her, getting into the Sunday Telegraph? Amazing picture. And it's it just looks lovely. So that is how those people got into the press. Have you got any questions? Fire away. and let me know. I mean, I can't hear you, just write them or give me a thumbs up if you've understood it. If you don't understand it, write me a comment. If you'd like to hear anything else, let me know. And what I'd like to do is to invite you to a 10-minute, free 10-minute, find your press hook phone call, and you can do that with me. It's a phone consultation. I will help you find your press hook or your angle. Even if you sell something which is totally unseasonal, let's think of an angle of why you could get it into the press. Obviously it's too late for now, but what's happening in the future in 2018 that you could get your business in the press and really have some game-changing press coverage. So the link to go to is www.amandaruiz.co.uk and then /apply. So apply for that. I've only got a few slots left this week, and I'd be able to help you because I've got the t-shirt. I have been that person going to WH Smith's, buying up all the magazines and getting jealous, thinking how come Brora and Bowden and are all having lovely splashes of PR, not advertising. Obviously they advertise in those magazines as well, but how can they got PR in those magazines? I went and did it, and I managed to get my business into Vogue, Marie Claire, You magazine, and it was amazing. And I got into LBC the other day as a PR expert with Emma Jones. She invited me to speak on Clive Bull's business hour, and I've managed to, find a client, or a client found me. LBC is a London radio station. This woman is based in Scandinavia and she's my new client. You just do not know how far and wide the power of PR can really, really go. So if you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. And also, actually, no, you can't share this because I'm doing it with inside a group, but normally I'd say share, share, share. If you want anybody else to join this group who you think would enjoy these tips, bring them in, invite them in. Thank you very much for your time and have a lovely day. Muchas gracias y vamos a vernos la semana que viene. All right, see you next week. Bye-bye.